Hello, I'm APXToyCat and welcome back to an episode of the quest for the best Minecraft realm that does exist. And the basic idea behind this series is that lots of people want me to see their Minecraft worlds on many different platforms, and I figured the easiest solution, instead of going to every different Minecraft platform thousands of times a week, why not just have a simple system set up where if you have a Minecraft world, put it onto Minecraft Bedrock, put it onto a Minecraft Bedrock realm, it's got a free 30-day trial, and then put Toycat somewhere in the name, and then invite me, my gamer tag is Toycat, and then I will check it out in this series, and we can see which subscriber really has the best realm. We've seen some great ones so far, but I see one called City Toycat that might just take the cake on this one. So as always, this is my live first look at any of these worlds. Sometimes we get some pretty, like bottom of the pack ones, and sometimes we find some of the best stuff I've ever seen, and that's what I love about this series, and hopefully what you love about it too. So let's start the first world, which is about to load up now, and which honestly, again, I really like cities personally, even if they've got 44 megabyte resource packs required before you can join them, because in my opinion, they allow for some of the best creativity possible and to recreate some of my favorite things, which are cities. I like cities a lot in real life, and therefore I like cities a lot in Minecraft sometimes, that is. So as you can see, this city is actually, surprisingly enough, a survival city. So as you can see, a survival city with the weakness tag, which makes me assume that there is a Elder Guardian nearby. Very, very weird stuff, honestly. And yeah, so we got and also sunset's coming, so we're gonna find a bed real quickly right now. So yeah, the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're gonna look for a bed we can sleep in, and I can see the resource pack has been put to good use because there's just a lot of faces on the wall. So yeah, it looks like it's a British city based on their £200 price tag, which is pretty cheap for a house. I've never seen a house that cheap anywhere. As you can see, we've got some really high quality paintings in this texture pack, and yeah, we're just gonna go find a bed before anything else and look around this city, because this is the oddest city I've ever seen. It clearly was built in survival based on the use of resources, but everything about this texture pack is leaving me questioning, like, what? I guess it's someone who built their own texture pack from scratch because they wanted to see something like a TARDIS exploding, I assume. So yeah, there's character to this world, there's character to the way it's been built, and also I love the survival build as always. I personally am a big fan of, like survival as a thing in Minecraft, and seeing, something built like this is kind of nice. However, I will say, this doesn't fall under city. Let's be nice and technical here and say this is more like a large town or something like that, besides the skyscraper, because it's mostly just different people's houses. I assume maybe it's like a collective world where you can build your own thing. And yeah, if we look at, this is only an £80 house. If we look around the rest of the houses, they look really Sims-like to me. Like that's my takeaway from pretty much all of these. Like it's very Sims feeling-y, where it's like, oh yeah, there's nice colors going on, there's really nice designs, and if actually, it's a super flat, so I'm gonna go back to my assumption that this is built in creative, but maybe like a mixture of creative and survival. Or maybe it's just like done some really good flattening, because over there makes me think it's not this. Yeah, this is just an amazingly flattened city. So this is someone who's put a lot of time, presumably in survival, or even if it's creative, this is like a fair amount of time that has to go in, just building house after house after house. And the thing that's really drawing me into it is the paintings in each one, because the paintings were clearly custom made, like, again, because they had the TARDIS in them and the guys from Britain, so they're clearly made like just for his purpose. But the rest of it has stayed in vanilla, and as someone who loves vanilla, you got to appreciate that. Like, if you're gonna change something in Minecraft, I can understand, like, oh yeah, why not change the paintings, or like change tiny things that bug you here and there. But I love that the majority of the world has stayed in vanilla regardless, and I personally don't like the style choices in a lot of this. But yeah, I can respect those towers right there. I can respect that there's a huge castle, and I can really respect the way it's all been built in a pretty consistent, easy to follow way. A lot of people go like way too complex on the details, and although this is definitely too much on the other side of the spectrum, where like, oh, it's an empty castle and presumably an empty skyscraper, I think this is a great amount of effort so far, but also a great start to what could be a huge bustling city that feels alive and has some more stuff. And I don't know why there is weakness applied to everyone who joins this world. Oh, sorry, yeah, not weakness, haste -1 or whatever. I don't know why that is applied at all, but it's kind of a nice thing regardless. Also, look, he's got a literal TARDIS in there. You can tell that he really likes those TARDISes, so I assume this is Canary Wharf, the place from the Doctor Who. And yeah, again, nice skyscraper in principle. Really like the way it's built, but it does lose out in terms of oh look, yeah, it's just the doors. They're TARDIS doors, so presumably there's a TARDIS around here somewhere. But I'm not going to say this is the best Minecraft realm I've ever seen, but it's it's definitely a good example of where you can start the Minecraft realm and what you can do in survival with enough time. Like, oh, there's a train station actually. I like how some of these are built sometimes. So We find a minecart, or we just, okay, we do this. Ah, this, because it's survival, there's just no minecarts. So we'll follow the rail around, I guess, because, you know, it's somewhere in the UK, so like a London Underground style system. And yeah, it takes you from place to place. Love the system, love the city, but it's not the best build in Minecraft, but it is something I can really respect and appreciate personally. So let's move on to the next one here, which is going to be not this, so Minecraft City, pretty great. But the second round that I'm going to be joining, again, I accepted all the ones with Toycat in the name, and if you want to do the same, make sure you put Toycat somewhere in the full name. It's Round for Toycat by Mr. Kissin. Mr. Kissin, or Kyson, you know, whatever his name is, it's a round for me. I don't know too much more than that. Sometimes I assume, based on, like, the way things are spelled, like, you know, this means it's better or worse. There's no texture pack, so again, something respectable there. And also, oh, it looks amazing. Like, look at the... Oh, okay. This is a cool looking world. So it's a creative world with a mega beacon at spawn, a really colorful mega beacon. Oh, it's even more than mega beacon. It's 9 beacons at once in spawn. I really actually like the look of this. Like, this is a type of beacon I've never seen before. But again, I want one. I might put one in my creative world now. So I like this a lot. I think maybe the color balance can be done better. But again, seeing 9 colored beacons all being such different bright colors, I'm surprised they've never seen that made before. So yeah, as you can see, this world is a creative, probably blend with survival mode, because, I mean, like, this makes you question, like, what's going on here, quite a little bit, right? And then we've got some other language text on the wall, and, yeah, in general, very, very bizarre. I think it's fair to say this is bizarre, right? Bizarre setup for a world. Is this chest for me? No, this is some banners. So you can see the guy's really creative. He loves his different colors. He loves making the banners and loves switching between survival and creative, as you can tell based on the world at hand. But we're not here to judge, like, you know, which way you play survival, although I've already done that. We're here instead to judge what is built in the world. Is this the best Minecraft world? Oh, so what is that? Where did that even come from? Oh, this must be some weird, yeah, those are fire charges that are only loading into the world because I'm here. So that's a super weird thing to run across. And then this, equally weird, there's just a bunch of fire charges in the water. I have questions to ask about how this world got this way. I guess he was trying to burn down the forest. Actually, that's a fun way to burn down a forest. You know, I was going to criticize it, but I actually kind of like that. So yeah, this world seems to be mostly a floating base, and it also seems to be an island, and that's about it. So yeah, it kind of it's the thing I said before, where, like, you know, you can get the glimpse of potential immaturity from bad spelling, and based on the fact that it's a wooden house. Again, there's some cool stuff in the wooden house. Like, you know, this is clearly a cool experimentation building, but it's not the best world because one build does not make a Minecraft world. But since, you know, they've got the huge minecart system here, I feel like I should at least give that a shot. Let's see what's going on here by rolling this way. Oh, I forget how slow minecarts are on the Bedrock version. I was like, you know, I'm ready to go zoom in, and it's like, oh, let's zoom at 4 meters a second or something. Right into that zombie. Please don't knock me back. Okay, that worked. So yeah, as you can see, there is more to the world, actually. I guess that's where the fire charges came from. Glad we gave this a shot. And we're going to check out what's over here, because we've got a rather... Again, I like this spruce biome. I think it's been intentionally done. So yeah, this looks like it's just the edge of this civilization, where it's put the spawn. Whereas the real part of it is over here. So this is his chest room. There's something really cool looking about this that's slightly off. Like, I like this, and then I think something's been ruined somewhere. Like, the way the green blends with the glass, and then maybe the wood, looks kind of good. But just this huge green block on top of it, there's something really, really off about this. Oh, I think it's a villager prison, which is a cool idea for a survival thing, actually. I loved when I check someone's world, and I think that's a cool idea that I want to do in survival. Because, you know, I think I would like to have a villager prison in my survival world now. Because, yeah, they're clearly held in these places for some reason. And then they'll breed a little bit based on the mini villagers. This is cruel. Okay, you know, this is North Korea in here with 3 generational punishments. Like, oh, let's have the villagers have children, then lock them up too. This is cruel and unfair punishment. And I'd like to just mention that that's probably not too cool of a thing, Mr. Man who built this map. They've even got interrogation rooms up here. Just saying, you've got some pretty concerning ideas. And I like the way it is, and I like the idea. But again, we need to, you know, you need to take a step back every now and then and be like, is this Minecraft build looking like North Korea? And then you got a question like, you know, do I want to be North Korea? And the answer to that question should be a resounding no, in my opinion. So I'm going to break my way out of here and then just fix it later, or right now, hopefully. Just, no one's going to notice I was over here. So yeah, pretty cool build idea. Really confusing that there's just a spawn house, then a villager prison so far away, and then a burnt down woods. Maybe it got griefed. Oh, they've got... Yeah, so someone just put a bunch of fire charges somewhere because it's just happening everywhere. And again, I will admit, like, there's not much going on here. It's definitely not a great Minecraft world, but it has inspired me. You know, although ease up on the free generation thing, and it has definitely maybe want to burn down a forest, which is a really silly thing to get from this, but it is what I got from it regardless. There's these fire charges in the air everywhere. I don't know how you'd even manage to do that. It must have been a crazy command or something. So yeah, let's move on to the next Minecraft realm. We have not found the best Minecraft realm yet. This quest for the best must continue. And we're going to move into the third one here, which is going to be Toy Cat Convergence City. So the second survival realm, if you will, or the second city realm, my bad. And I'm thinking, again, cities. Every now and then I'm in one, and I just think this is wonderful. This is great because I have like these little city parts of my creative world, or I did. It got corrupted a little bit when I moved Xbox, but I used to have a city part of my world, and yeah, he recommends the city texture pack, but I mean, I can't pick it. He has to pick it because it's his world. So whatever, non-city texture pack. And this is Convergence of the City. So there's a lot of rules. This map is played in adventure mode. I've got creative. Use the right tool for the right job, i.e. axe for wood. At least the trial city texture pack required. I mean, okay, so this was built on the Xbox because there's no trials on Bedrock, fun fact. And sealing in it is punishable with a permanent ban. I mean, that's fair enough. Again, we're getting into dangerous, like, now we're in like Middle Eastern rules kind of thing going on here, but it's fine. And then we got read all signs you see. There's just a lot of text here, so you can read this if you want to. Family-friendly server, no insults or harassing, no cursing or suggestive conversations, they equal ban. Use a mic with good clarity, no connect. See, that's just a mean rule right there, you know, like, there we go, no mic discrimination. Like, I hate bad mics too, but I feel so bad when I criticize them. So yeah, we got a lot going on here. It's clearly it's by Immortal Pete. Sorry, that's someone who was bad, who needs to change their diaper. Anyway, well, let's look around the world. These rules are too much for me. This is clearly a copy of the world, so I can break something if I want to. Oh, no I can't. But I can break something without feeling bad. So this is Convergence, a city built by this guy, and he clearly wanted to show me his world, because he converted from the 360, where there's trials, downloadable trials, to the Xbox One, to Xbox One Bedrock. There is at least 2 conversions. Oh no, to Xbox One Bedrock, to Xbox One Bedrock Realm. There was 3 conversions or downloads that had to go to get this to me, and you can see the amount of work that's gone into this. So there's a shop, so it's presumably like a multiplayer style game in some form. There's a huge pit down here, which, you know, there's something really cool about this actually. There's a little church going on here. So I'm going to look at these builds individually. It's like, oh, no we won't. But we look at the builds from the outside individually. I really like this one. It reminds me of the Banco Toy Cat, right? The Banco de Convergence. It's a little bit nicer on the inside than the Banco Toy Cat, though. You got to get points for that one. Then we've got the courthouse. I mean, I don't know what courthouses look like where you're from, man, but clearly a bit more medieval than this. I actually like it as an idea of like to punish, you know, people who have broken rules, like send them to prison instead of kicking them, and then they can like serve out their term or something like that. That's a cool idea. There's like a glass maze over here. There's never brick parkour. So yeah, this is clearly some huge mini game because they've built in maybe survival even. Again, based on the way that lava is placed, I think it must be survival. Survival on a super flat, or yeah, let's assume potentially survival, which would be nuts to see something like this built like that. There's a weird like, you know, falling race here, or maybe it's a climbing race where you gotta climb this as fast as you can. There's clear paths up and down where, yeah, this clearly can't be a race because otherwise it wouldn't have a consistent pattern. You'd want to mix things up if that was the case. There's a huge parkour, there's a dropper. This is just, I guess, his minigame world from the 360. Because, back on the 360, back in the day, it was like, oh yeah, if you want to do this cool minigame stuff, you make it yourself. And the ingenuity that came from people making their own games is something I've always thought is amazing. Like, again, that's what a lot of YouTube videos used to be back in the day, just like checking out the conversion minigames. Because knowing that you could make them yourself really made Minecraft shine in a way. And I don't know when that ended. I don't know when that stopped being the case. Maybe there are still people doing it to this day. But it's just amazing to see something like this. Like, it's a really, really cool mini-game idea. It's a whole world fit. And I think for 360 terms, this is one of the better worlds I've seen on the 360. For sure, one of the best, I would say. There's just so much going on here. And because you know it's built on the 360, again, based on those signs and based on everything else, you know that all of this was placed block by block by hand. I'm going to assume creative now based on the scale of this stuff. When you see like this little town where everyone has their own plot, it's so... It's cool. It's like a dive into the past, honestly. It's like I'm going and exploring a 360 world, but we're doing it live here in a realm. And you know, maybe I shouldn't get nostalgic about this and feel so good, but like, just, oh man, it's this is something. This is something I'm glad I did today. I checked out a realm. Oh, there's a hut there from like the 360 days, and let me tell you, I don't regret this in the slightest. So yeah, this is a wonderful little realm. There's so much more I have to see. That's the problem. Like, oh yeah, here's a nice little battleground thing. I assume Spleef, maybe? I don't know what this minigame is. Hungry Hippos, it looks like to me. There's the dropper I haven't checked out. There's the parkour. You know, actually, let's do the tiniest bit of parkour. Just to remind me of the old days. I know this is a quest for the best realm, but you know, given this world makes me so nostalgic. Look at the detail on some of these places. Like, the number of years in different people's like minds that have gone down here is blowing me away beyond belief. And again, there's this charm, like, because Minecraft console worlds are built by hand, there's just something different about them you can see. So I think this is in the middle of the parkour. I just want to do a little bit of parkour. Celebrate the moment, okay? But you can always tell when a map's built by hand because they'll do some different things. There are less efficiencies to be found. Like when you're making stuff in, you know, using MC Edit or using, you know, commands or whatever, there are efficiencies to be found by just making a big block and taking things out of it. Whereas when you're doing this, for instance, you know, every one of these blocks is... There are certain, you know, patterns even. Like the obsidian glowstone. For some reason, that was just like a really popular type on Minecraft console that you just, you know, you'd see back in the 360 days. And then you can see like where an update came out and they changed it. Or maybe the update came out after they did it and they were just doing like that before. It's super... Okay, you know, I can't do icy parkour, it seems. I think it's because you have to like jump into a jump to get it to go away. I think you have to just keep the jump momentum going the whole way through. But still, it's really cool to see this just huge parkour thing they've built. It really, again, inspires me personally. It makes me... Oh, exit of 2-player shortcut. Okay, it just it makes me realize how much, you know, there is that's been out there. Like, how many people have these huge worlds? And I'm glad I could see this one. It was a cool blast into the past. Is it the best Minecraft world I've ever seen? It might be the best Minecraft... Oh, I can't get out of here. It might be the best Minecraft 360 world I've ever seen. If it's not the best, it's definitely up there, right? Because just this world, I'm getting a little bit frustrated now actually because I can't get out because it's there's no this host permissions turned on, so I need to I can't leave. There we go. We're out of here. But yeah, so this world is amazing. There's so much going on, and it's one of the most effort-filled maps I've ever seen. And but is it the best map I've ever seen ever? I don't know. It's definitely up there. That's the thing. This is the most effort I've ever seen. And this isn't, by the way, in its normal texture pack. I just realized like the reason the patterns are like that is because I'm meant to be using City, but they haven't set it up that way. Imagine what this would look like in the City texture pack. It looks pretty good in vanilla. Actually, that creeper. It's seen better days, if we're being perfectly honest. But yeah, this map looks so cool. I mean, there's a okay. There is definitely something hungry hippos going on, right? Unless this is a wolf. I think it is a wolf. Let's follow that through to its logical conclusion. But yeah, basically this world. I think it's just a full. Wait, can I grab a map? Oh yeah, you can grab a map, but I don't think you can open it without privileges. So I'll try my hardest. So where would a map be? I think it'd be here-ish somewhere, maybe, right? Again, I don't know how like the inventory works here, so we'll just type in there in this little box map. Grab me an empty locator map instead, and let's slide one of those out. So okay, so because it's not a real map, I can't see the whole world, but I imagine this uses an entire 360 size world just based on how much we can see here. And although there's some bits that look a bit rough, like here, although there's some bits where it's like doesn't blend perfectly, the fact that there was so much of this done. This has to be one of the biggest Minecraft console worlds that's just never seen the light of day yet. And yeah, I think I've said that a lot of times now. But it really is something that I believe and that blows my mind. Like, on every level, there's so... I couldn't look at this world. If we made this video 30 minutes, I still wouldn't see all of this world. And there's something to be said about that, I think. So, yeah, this is a creeper next to a tower. I think he's a pretty nice looking creeper. I think it's a pretty nice... Look, it's like a wireless tower or something. And yeah, this is one of the coolest worlds I've ever seen. But we have another one. I feel bad for the last guy, you know, whoever submitted this last round, because I don't think it can top that. I think that's the best episode we've seen today. best world we've seen today. Perhaps the best world ever, just because of the pure effort and the fact that I wasn't even seeing it in its best form because they had the wrong text pack enabled. And I don't believe you can change text pack on a world. That's my understanding. So this is Dufudio Realm, Toy Cat. I'm going to leave a little post on there saying hi. See if that actually goes on there. Because this is just me showing you that it says that. And yeah, we're going to back out of it and go into the world itself. Because this is Dufudio and his realm that he wants to share with me. Is it going to be a good one or a bad one? It's got the default name, so I'm always cautious. Because that could either mean that, one, he just made a realm and did nothing with it. Or he just copied a realm and, you know, didn't want to change the name. Because, honestly, I name most of my worlds New World anyway. So as you can see, it is a survival world. A pretty cool survival world. Because he's got a mega beacon somewhere near spawn. Oh, there's the mega beacon. So yeah, if this is a legit survival world, then, again, it's another example of, like, the amount... Oh, wait, can we jump over the edges here? I wanna test, like... I love to, like, test this sort of thing. Be like, you know what? I reckon if we jump this right... There we go. Okay, we jumped over the edges. I love to kind of, like, break parkour and stuff like that when they don't want me to. So that's the mega beacon. It's got all 6 effects of a level 2 beacon, so... Again, 6 beacons in one, pretty impressive being able to do that. And they're all 6 level 4 beacons, so even more impressive. And then if we look around the rest of what's going on here. Okay, we got some nice... oh, okay, so again, this is a cool looking world. I'm assuming this is a Bedrock world and not a Console Edition world. Again, I can't be sure or anything like that. But you can see there's a really beautiful castle here. This is like a city-style world that's not a city world. We've got a Christmas tree, because you got to have like a hub for your world, where there's shops, which is where you find the villagers. Again, I love when people find a good use for villagers, and I guess this world having like a shop area. Again, it fits into the Lord of the World, and it looks like it's a huge castle-style thing, where they've got like these huge walls going around the edge. I personally don't like this sort of wall. I think it's like popular at the building communities and stuff. I personally don't like it, but I can admire the amount of effort and, you know, like time that goes into building this sort of thing. And here you can see where it's expanding right now, which makes me which makes me think this is a survival legit world, because again, it's not common you see this in creative worlds where it's just like, oh yeah, there's a gap there. This looks like a natural enough survival gap, and yeah, again, to me that shows that this is a lot of survival effort all in one place. And oh, I've gone far enough away from the beacons that now I'm gonna die, I'm gonna get wrecked. But yeah, so they've got a huge kind of like world, you know, because some people, they like to build cities, they like to build a huge build, you know, like a huge thing that they want to show off. That world that I just shown before was like a mega thing, but this is a guy who just turned the whole world into his house. I mentioned before, like, you know, what's the best house idea? Turn the whole Minecraft world into your house. And I feel like this guy has followed through on that idea quite literally. If you look around it, house testing, Sniperman 5252. If you look around it, it's clear that he's just got like one mega-sized house. It's got a boat, it's got a huge house, and it's just got lots of stuff included in that general area. And that's a cool way to play Minecraft. I think it doesn't necessarily blend perfectly with survival. You know, oh, he's got parrots just in his floor, because that's how you live. It doesn't necessarily perfectly blend survival all the time, at least in my experience, but the fact that he's clearly played survival enough, or, you know, given himself beacons enough to get to the stage where he's got multiple mega beacons, tell me this is a guy that's just mastered survival a long time ago. And look, he's even got a wither painting showing the thing that he killed all those times. So yeah, this is either a pretty nice creative build, or it's one of the most impressive survival challenges I've ever seen done. Because it's not just, again, it's not just one mega beacon, it's 2 on each side, I believe. And then there's like a huge treehouse. There's all these things where they store different things. It's a collective of people building together. That's how they got the mega beacon done, because, you know, having 10 people helps that. They've got a huge map at the spawn here, where they've got stuff for me to fly around with. I'll take the glider and the other stuff. You know, I'll just take the glider. I'll resist the diamond armor. But they've clearly... Oh, never mind. They've clearly maxed out the whole survival thing. Oh, for some reason I can go super fast in water. Oh, you can't swim in water in Bedrock Minecraft. That is a difference that we have to get sorted. So let's jump off these. Okay, let's go for this. There we go. So it's a little bit laggy doing it on a realm. That's why things are weird. But they've got a huge tree house. They've got the huge kind of like hippie peace sign thing going on here. And in general, it's a really nice, huge... I guess it's a world where everyone worked together to make this huge project. Every one of these houses is pretty nice by themselves. And then there's this huge manor they probably share next to this huge boat. So yeah, what do I think about the world? I think it's pretty great. I don't think it's the best Minecraft realm, but it's definitely impressive, and it's one that makes me glad that I did see it. So yeah, those are my Minecraft realms that I've been showing off this week. I tend to do one of these every like 2 to 3 weeks. So if you have a Minecraft realm or a Minecraft world you want to show me, oh man, like again, I look at this stuff and I'm like, if this is survival, this is intense, right? Like they're at the world height here, building a thing just for the fun of it. But if you have a Minecraft realm you want me to show off in this series, make sure you send it to Toycat with Toycat somewhere in the title. I've been enjoying this series to no end, seeing some of the best stuff. Again, we get a little bit Middle Eastern, we get a little bit North Korea sometimes, but you know, if we just ignore those things, then this is a wonderful series, and there's a lot of wonderful ideas out there, and I'd like to see yours as well. So with that said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you like it. Give it a share if you really like it, and make sure you subscribe and notifications turned on so you can see every single one of these videos when they come out, because that's something you might be into, especially if you do want to send me your own map, because again, seeing what real Minecrafters have made, not just people who are trying to make maps, just real people playing the game, survival or creative, is really cool. And yeah, I'd also appreciate if you label whether you did something in survival or creative, just so we can like ease questions like this one where it's like, this is something, this is definitely something. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.